All right, we'll get started with Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Good afternoon, Coach. How challenging is it to replace everything that Sammy Watkins brings to the table as far as physicality and being that possession receiver you need at that position?
It is challenging to say the least, but I think I don't try to replace and we don't try to replace what he does. We try to accentuate what the guys that are coming in can do. And then we continue moving forward. I think Coach Reed and EB and those guys do a great job of putting guys in position of doing what they do best and not making them something that they're not.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, with the way that teams are playing your receivers right now, with just trying to take away the deep ball, especially, it certainly seems like it's affected the contributions you're able to get from Tyrique and from McCole. How do you counter what those teams have been doing to you as far as trying to take the deep ball, and how do you get those guys involved more in the offense?
Well, I think if they're going to do what they've done the past 2 weeks and play 40, 50 yards back deep, we're going to continue to hand the ball off to Clyde and Le'Veon and Darwin and Daryl and DeAndre and let those guys do what they do. And eventually those guys will come up and have to change what they're doing because we're gashing them in the run game. And then we'll get our opportunities. The receivers are not me guys. They're team guys. We're going to do what's called upon for us to do. And if it's not meant for us to get the ball deep downfield, then we'll work underneath and we'll find ways to affect the game with blocking, doing whatever is necessary to help us get a W.
Looks like we've got three hands up. We'll go Nate, Sam, and then Seren. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Greg, I have two quick questions for you. The first one is because Tyrique has had maybe fewer deep ball opportunities, where do you feel like he's improved the most this year? And then, Brett, I'll have a second.
I think he's improved a lot in just understanding how he fits into the puzzle of the offense and understanding those deep passes may not be there, but he's affecting them deep and allowing other guys to work underneath. And he's accepted that at times. And obviously he wants to get the ball down the field, but he knows his role and he will continue to run fast through there, open it up underneath. And then when his time comes for those deep shots over the top, he'll be there to answer the bell. So I think he's done a great job understanding the entire offense, the concepts that we're trying to implement and doing his part of making those things work.
And then secondly, Greg, what is something that you feel most fans or just even us as a media corps don't particularly grasp in terms of what Demarcus Robinson provides to the offense?
Well, I wouldn't sit here and say anybody doesn't grasp anything. That's not for me to say what you do or don't grasp or understand. I think Demarcus brings a guy that's interchangeable and can do a lot of different things, is very valuable to this offense and especially the receiving core. The energy he brings, the playmaking ability that he brings is second to none. And I appreciate, and I know the entire staff does, of what he does. When called upon, he answers the bell. And that's all you can ask of any of these guys is when your number's called, are you there? And I feel that I can count on all the receivers that we have, even more so when D-Rob's in there. I'm not worried one iota about anything.
Go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Greg. Wanted to ask you about McCole Hardman. You mentioned earlier every receiver is different. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. What is it with McCole that you, in particular, you're working on with him this year?
Just continuing to release and play fast through contact. I think he does it. We just got to continue consistency, and that's with the entire group. We want to make sure because guys will try to disrupt us more so than other guys, and we have to be physical enough to get through that. And then coming back to the ball, making sure we're being ball friendly to the quarterback and making those contested catches. And I think it's not a McCole thing; it's a receiver thing as a group. I wouldn't single out any receiver and say this is specific. Only you need to do this. We're all trying to work to get better at everything daily, and I think all the guys want to get better at every aspect of playing receiver, and we work on that.
Go last to Seren Petro. Go, Seren.
Coach, Byron Pringle's caught all three targets, right? Every time he's had the ball thrown his way, he's caught it. He's I think I'm looking at 15 of 19 for his career. He seems like when he's out there, right, and he gets a chance, he delivers. What does he have to do to get more opportunities, right? It's obviously a talented receiving core. I'm aware that there's some really good guys in front of him, but and that's a tough group to try to push your way in. But he does seem like when he gets a shot, he makes the most of it. His yards per catch is good. He gets depth. What's maybe the thing he's got to get over to get more time?
Well, it's not really anything that he has to get over. Like you said, it's a great group of receivers, and when any of them go in the game, you expect the same production out of everybody that steps on the field. When your number's called, make the most of that opportunity. And Pringle has done that each and every time he's been out there. And if his number's not called, he's affecting the game in other ways. But to say, how does he get out there? All he needs to do is continue coming to work each day like he does, just like all the other guys do, and working, and those opportunities will come. It's only one ball out there getting thrown around. Everybody is working hard, and we just want to continue doing that. And when the ball finds you, make sure that you're ready to make that happen. And I think all of our guys across the board have done a great job of that. And that's why it is a tough group to get out there and get opportunities, because there's so many possibilities. But it's not anything, one specific thing. Yeah, here, Pringle, do this, and you'll get more reps. It's when we count on you? And we can count on him, he's going out there. If we can't count on you, then you don't go out there. We got to get that. And the guys we have, we can count on.